Take two. Welcome to chair yoga with the strap, the blocks, of course the chair, and maybe a bolster. We'll be working on the two ends of the spine today. Lower back right up to the neck here. So just bring your hands behind the back for a moment. Put one hand right down near the base of the spine, near the tailbone, and one hand right up into the occipital ridge of the skull, just at the top of the neck. So you feel the length and the accessibility of this whole back area. And imagine this whole area being as long as you can make it. So notice what your body does to make it long. So we often use the phrase to straighten the spine. Now that's a euphemism because we cannot straighten the spine, and we don't want to straighten the spine because the spine is curved. If you run your top hand down the neck, you'll feel it curve in, and then it will come out again between the shoulder blades. If you bring your bottom hand up between the shoulder blades and then run it down the back, you'll feel it curve in the lower back, and then it curves back out right at the base. So we've got these two inward facing curves and the three outer curves. And the reason the spine is shaped like that is to absorb shock. It's a little bit like a spring system, so that the bones aren't just jarring each other in a straight line. So often we replace straightening the back with lengthening the spine. So lengthening the spine. Firstly, establish the sit bones. Make sure the sit bones feel stable underneath you. You can Rolodex the hips forward and backward. Forward and backward. And notice how that feels in the low back. And notice as you round the spine, the chin drops down, and as you arch the spine, the low back, the chin wants to lift up. So the direction of your eyes and the direction of your pelvis are totally related here. Now the next time you lift the tailbone and feel the low back arch, just back off a little bit, just soften that so it's not extreme. And then bring the hands, palms face up on the thighs, elbows nice and close to the ribs. So this opens up the chest. So one of the best ways to take care of the low back and the neck is to find good posture. So this is called lengthening the spine. The final part of the spine is the neck and the head. I like to imagine that the head is being pulled up by a helium balloon. So you almost feel the head lift straight up. Not tilting back, but straight up. The back of the crown of the head lifts up. And imagine that the neck is like a piece of string, lengthening. So the neck is not this cumbersome part of the spine to lift. And then add a little bit of breathing to this tall spine. Each time you exhale, let the sit bones press down into the chair. And as you exhale, lift the crown of the head like the balloon is pulling up. So you feel these two movements with each breath. Inhale, the sit bones press down. Exhale, the head lifts up. And as you exhale, start to draw the navel back towards the spine. And then relax to inhale. So you feel the belly expand. And in that you feel the low back gently moving with each breath. So this keeps the low back flexible as we breathe. And the flexibility of the low back is going to help alleviate the tension in the low back. If we keep the low back rigid for hours and hours without moving it almost feels like it rusts up, it gets tight, grippy. So by allowing the tailbone to move with each breath, we start to constantly let the low back move. Even if it's a tiny movement, an eighth of an inch, a quarter of an inch, maybe more. Exhale, tighten the navel. Inhale, relax. Let the belly expand. And start to increase each new breath. Let each new breath grow a little deeper. Some techniques to increase the breath is as you breathe in twice. Inhale once, inhale twice, then exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, squeeze navel back. Inhale, relax belly. Inhale, feel the ribs expand. Exhale, squeeze, empty. On the next inhale, inhale 3 times, lifting the arms above the head. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, all the way up, tucking the tailbone. So letting the arms float out, lifting up. Deep, slow breath. And exhaling, arms float out, coming down, tucking the tailbone. And you can move faster or slower than me. Inhale, reach up and start to lift the gaze up. So you lift the chin away from the chest as you raise the arms. And as you drop the arms, you drop the chin. So you feel the neck starting to move with the low back. So we're moving both ends of the spine now at the same time. It's like we're oiling them up. We're lubricating the bones in the neck and in the tailbone. And notice how your neck feels as you lift up. Notice how your neck feels as you drop back. If your arms get tired at all, you can stop using the arms, but just use the neck and the tailbone, almost like you're in cat and cow pose. In fact, let's try that. The next time you exhale, bring the hands to the knees. As you exhale, drop the chin, round the back, tuck the tailbone, and as you inhale, pull against the knees, open up the chest, shoulders come back, chin comes up. Same movement without the arms. Same movement without the arms, you might be able to feel a deeper stretch in both directions. Feel your cat and cow. Now the next time you inhale, lift the arms above the head, bring them into steeple pose. Clasp the fingers, pointers point up, thumbs cross, and simply lift the chin, and as you exhale, lift the fingers a little taller. As you inhale, feel the ribs with air. Exhale, release a little taller. And then exhale, open the feet out nice and wide. Bring the hands down together, resting the elbows on the thighs, and drop the head. Now moving the head in 6 different directions so we feel the movements of the spine here. Inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, drop the chin down. Just focusing on the neck now while the low back gently stretches out. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, lower. Allowing the head to nod up and down. The next time the head comes to neutral, turn the head left, exhale. Inhale, neutral, turn the head right. So feeling this left and right action of the head, moving the spine left and right with the breath. I'm just going to shut this window, there's a buzzing outside. So keep moving that head left and right with the breath. That's better. Come to neutral. And then allow the head, instead of turning left and right, allow the nose to start to spiral a little circle. So the circle starts off nice and small and gets a little bigger. Notice how that feels in the neck. You might have to keep your eyes open if you feel dizzy, and then go the other way. And then pause. Looking down, let the chin drop towards the chest. We're going to bring our hands down between the feet. You might like to have a block between the feet. Sometimes a block is a nice intermediate distance. We're going to come into a deep forward fold here to stretch out the low back. Exhale, bring the hands down to the block, leaning into the block. Adjust your legs so you feel stable. You can lean into the block, or you can bring the hands all the way to the floor. Start to drop the chin, so if your eyes were open, you'd be looking back under the chair. Straight arms, feeling the weight of the head gently tractioning out the back of the neck. You might feel this in the hips. You might already feel it in the low back. Now explore going deeper simply by bending the elbows out. And as you bend the elbows out, you feel the head come down closer to the block. The stretch intensifies into the low back and the hips. Can you keep the head relaxed here? So there's a deep stretch in the low back and in the hips, back of the neck just tractioning out. And see what it's like. At any time this is too much, start to straighten the arms to take the pressure off the stretch in the lumbar spine. Otherwise, exhale, bend the elbows again and come down. Let's try that again. Straighten the arms, taking the pressure off the stretch. Exhale, bend the elbows. Pulsing deeper into the forward bend as you bend the elbows, exhale, and then inhale, straightening the arms, taking the pressure off. And notice over time, does this allow you to go deeper towards the floor or not? Let's do 2 more here. Last one. This time when you straighten the arms, return the elbows to the thighs and continue looking down. Move the block out of the way. Grab the back of the chair. Lean back into the chair. Straighten the legs out and curl the toes back. Push out through the heel bones. Now bring the shoulders back and open up the front body so you feel the low back arching, pushing out through the back of the legs. And if you like to lift the pelvis and the hips off the chair, if that feels stable, you can lift up and feel a reverse plank here. Exhale, come back. Find your posture. Hands face up. And notice how your neck and low back feel. Begin to gently lean to the right and then the left. Like you're rocking on a little boat. It tips to one side and then the other. And then gently let one ear come down towards the tipping shoulder. So you start to feel this little stretch in the side of the neck. You feel the cervical spine tilt side to side. Notice how that feels, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. In fact, you can dangle the arms. Let the arms dangle. So you might feel a little more stretch, a little more traction in the neck. And then if you feel confident, the next time you tilt to one side, bring the opposite hand to the back of the head. So you lift the elbow and you feel that big stretch in the ribs and the obliques. And then inhale, come up and leaning to the other side, mirror that same movement. So each time now that you rock from side to side, you feel this stretch as the elbow lifts up and the ear drops down, so the whole of the spine tilts left or right. The next time you come over to one side, pause and hold. You might even rainbow the hand over the head. Notice how that feels. And take a few breaths here. Feel how hard the body works to hold you in this lateral flexion of the spine. And then gently come up. Other side. Inhale, come up to neutral and pause. So hitting the spine from all angles today. And then grab the chair. Grab the chair, bring the hips right to the edge of the chair. Bring your right knee to the right. So we're opening up the hip. And keep your left hand on the chair and bring your left knee around so you feel that kind of lumbar twist. We don't often do this one. So we feel the lumbar twist, the left hand holding the torso straight ahead while the knees come around. Let's try that on the other side. Release to center. Hold the back of the chair with both hands. Bring that left knee around 90 degrees or as close as you can, and then the right knee, and bring that right shoulder back. So you feel this really down in the lumbar spine. Let's try that again, the other side. Find neutral, establish, turning both legs to the right, and this time take the right hand and bring it over to the left knee and pull that left knee back in so you feel this deep down in that low back area. Release, come to center. Establish your grip to the back of the chair. Bring both legs to the left. Bring that right shoulder back. Left hand crosses over and grabs and pulls that. Now you might be pulling on clothing here, but you're just pulling that back, getting into the lumbar spine. Exhale, release. Let's move up the spine in the twist. So this time bringing the right hand, the left hand behind you, right hand crosses over, but the hips stay nice and square. So we're not getting into the lumbar spine. Bringing that left shoulder back. Sitting up nice and tall, relax the right shoulder. And exhale, turn the head to the right. Inhale the head to neutral. Exhale the head to the left. So swivel the cervical spine each time you breathe. Exhaling, turning it to one direction. Inhaling it back to neutral. And close the eyes and feel delicious discomfort here. Don't venture too far. Let the twists be modest. On the next inhale, release the hands. Close the eyes. So we've been doing a lot of twisting in the spine to date, lumbar, thoracic, and cervical. Let's complete the cervical and the thoracic spine. Bring the right hand back behind you. Grab the chair. Right shoulder comes back. Left hand crosses over. Exhale the head to the left. And with your breath, inhale back to neutral. And then exhale to the right. So there's no rush here. Going with the breath. Looking for delicious discomfort. And then exhale, release. Let's widen the feet. Let's grab a block here. Let's grab a block here. Have the block between your hands. Feet nice and wide for stability. And come to the edge of your chair. And keeping the arms as straight with a slight bend, but not too much. Start to draw the infinity sign with the block. So you come into a big infinity sign with the block. Keep it in front of you, lifting it up nice and high, down nice and low. Come up through the center, around, So you're really feeling this in the shoulders, you're feeling it in the low back. And as we do this, we're stabilizing and building strength in the core, those very important muscles to stabilize the spine. Now, the next time you come back to center, pause and let's go the other way. So you're going to come back through the other direction. That's it, good. This is working on leg strength as well. The knees are getting a workout. Even though we're not walking, each time you lean to one side, that knee has to flex. Hold you steady. One more loop. And then release the block. Bring the feet towards each other, hip width distance apart. Grab the kneecaps and start to stir your spine. So create a nice big round movement. Let the head orbit the tailbone. So your head is like the earth traveling around the sun. And your sun is in the hips and you're getting this great big orbit. If you get dizzy at all, you can open your eyes or stop and recover. Now the next time you come up, let's reverse direction. And then pause. Grab the back of the chair, lean back, extend those legs, and let's start with the calf muscle stretch, curling the toes back. Feel the calf muscles stretch. We need to stretch the back of the legs in order to release the back. If you like to lift the pelvis up, do a little bit of strength work here, you can. Exhale, gently come down, walk your feet back, and grab your strap. Now with the strap, bring the strap into the right hand and bring the right hand behind the back. So you're dangling the strap down the spine. Left hand grabs the right elbow and gently pulls it back. So you stretch the tricep here. And then work on pushing the head back so the head doesn't drop. And then keeping the elbow where it is, head pushing back, release the left hand and find the other end of the strap and bring that left hand up towards the right hand into a deliciously uncomfortable position. So not too much, not overly stretching here. If your hands are touching, that's fine. Just feel this for a moment. Breathe. As you inhale, push the sit bones down. And as you exhale, lift the head and the elbow up. Let's do 3 more breaths if you can. Two more. Last one. And then release. Release. Relax the hands on the thighs, palms face up, and feel the blood flow come back into the arms and shoulders. So we create a lot of sensation with that particular stretch. It really opens up the chest, and opening up the chest helps tighten the mid-back region. In other words, it stops us slumping. And slumping is a big reason we get backaches. So let's take this strap into the left hand this time and dangle the strap down behind the back, lifting that left elbow. Grab the left elbow with the right hand and maybe position it a little more towards the head. That's it. So you feel the tricep stretch here. And then you can release the right hand and look for that strap behind your back. And you might notice that this hand is different from the other hand. The shoulder joint might feel quite different here. It might be more flexible or less flexible. Look for delicious discomfort and then come back to that breath. Inhale, push down with the sit bones. Exhale, lift the crown of the head. And this is going to take a little bit of excessive arch out of the low back. Often there's a tendency to overarch the low back in this stretch. 3 more breaths if you can. 2. Last breath. Exhale, release. Now you might want to keep the strap handy. Just allow the blood flow to come back into the arms. And then bring the hands out to the side like big wings. Cross the right elbow under the left and give yourself a big hug. Pull those shoulders down. Release the neck by pulling the shoulders down. Open up the arms and this time change the cross, left elbow under right. And then find the shoulders, pull them down. Release, open up. And this time we're going to bring the right elbow back underneath and release the hands into eagle. So if your hands don't quite reach, consider using the strap in the left hand, the top hand, and the right hand holds the strap. And then when you've got both hands holding the strap or hand to hand, start to squeeze them a little tighter together. Drop the shoulders back and down. Inhale, press down through the sit bones, and exhale, lift the crown of the head. So you take the excessive arch out of the low back. And now start to windshield wiper the hands. Each time you exhale, push to one side. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, windshield wiper to the other side. Good. Now, if you can, as your hands windshield wiper from side to side, let the ear drop in the opposite direction So as the hands come right, the left ear drops down towards the left shoulder. Bring both back to neutral. Exhale, hands to the left, right ear to right shoulder. And just notice the sensation in the neck. The next time you come to neutral, release the hands. Let the hands, palms face up on the thighs. Notice how your shoulders, arms, and neck feel. We're going to go to the other side. So this time the right hand will be on top, the left arm underneath. So the strap will be in the right hand. So bring the hands out, hands together, strap in the right hand. If you're using a strap, grab both ends of the strap, tighten the arms. Inhale, press down through the sit bones. Exhale, lift the crown of the head. Establish the good posture. Shoulders away from the ears. And then start a little windshield wipering with the arms only. Each time you exhale, the hands come to one side. Inhale back to neutral. And then add the ear. So as the hands come to the left, the right ear comes down. Inhale both to neutral. Exhale, hands to the right. Left ear comes down. The next time the head comes to neutral, the hands come to neutral. Release the strap, release the arms, and come back to posture. Inhaling. Sit bones press down. Exhale, lift up through the center of the body. Feel the heart lift up, the throat lift up, the crown of the head lift up. Creating that central axis. Let's come into one more forward bend. Open the feet wide. You can grab a block between the feet. Lean the elbows onto the thighs. Drop the head. You might like to turn the head in a few different directions and notice how the neck feels. And then let the chin dangle to the chest, hands to the block or the earth, straight arms. Adjust your hips, your feet, feel your low back. Drop the chin if that feels good. And then start your arm pumps. Elbow bend, you come down. Inhale, you straighten, you come up. It's like you're doing push-ups. Elbows bend, you come down. Inhale, straighten. The next time you straighten, keep your right hand on the block. Bring your left hand to the left hip. And then start to look up towards the ceiling. Feel that twist. Left shoulder comes back. Head's looking to the left or up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that left hand to the block. Inhale, right hand to the right hip. Bring the right shoulder back. Look to the right. Good. Let's go back. Right hand down, left hand to left hip, turn left. Exhale, switch. Left hand down, right hand, right hip, look right. We've got two more. This time, exhale, right hand down, left hand, left hip. Now, if you like, lift the left hand towards the sky. So you feel a little more intensity here in the twist. Exhale, left hand down, right hand, right hip. Once again, if you like, lift that right hand towards the sky. Feel that rotation. Exhale down, last one. Now you have the choice. Hand stays on hip or you lift up. Exhale, switch. Exhale, come down. Bring yourself up. Find your posture. You can move the block. Shoulders back and down. Inhale, bring the right hand to the face. Gently plug the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale left. Plug the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale right nostril. Inhale right nostril. Plug the tip of the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale left. Inhale left nostril. Plug the left nostril with your pinky finger this time. Exhale right. So we're alternating nostrils, but we're also alternating ring finger and pinky finger on the left nostril. Use the tip of the finger or the thumb to create the plug and have as delicate a contact with the nose as possible. If you're pushing too hard or pinching the nostril, it adds too much tension. Let it be very subtle, very gentle touch. Feel the connection, the tip of the thumb, the tip of the ring finger, the tip of the pinky finger, creating little circuitries in the brain with this connection. Let the breath slow down. Let the breath be very gentle. The next time you exhale through the left nostril, Release the technique. Let the right hand float back to the thigh and find your posture. Notice how the spine feels at the end of your practice. The low back, the neck, the slow breath, and during the week, bring your attention back to the spine, the lower back, the neck, always looking for that postural alignment that optimizes, reduces the pressure on the spine simply through the position of our head and hips, shoulders. So bring your hands together at the chest in gratitude for our practice. Namaste. Thank you.